Hey guys, Tigel here with an epic science demonstration of the Doppler effect in Terraria. So what is the Doppler effect? Well, it's all about waves. No, not those kinds of waves. These kinds of waves. More specifically, their frequencies. Frequency is the number of times a repeating event occurs per unit of time. For waves, this is measured in hertz, which is just the number of times the wave oscillates in the span of 1 second. If we imagine the length of our waves is taking place over the course of 1 second, we can see that the wave on the bottom repeats itself 4 times, and the wave on top repeats itself 1.5 times, giving our waves frequencies of 4 Hz and 1.5 Hz respectively. The reason this is important is because waves with different frequencies are perceived differently by the brain. For example, sound waves with higher frequencies are perceived to have a higher pitch, and sound waves with lower frequencies are perceived to have a lower pitch. Now, what gets interesting is when the source of the waves starts to move. Our frequencies start to change for the observer. For the sake of this demo, we're going to pretend that the stream of bullets coming out of this gun is our sound wave, and the dummies are the observer of that wave. Each bullet only does 1 damage per hit, so you can see on my DPS meter that if I continuously fire this gun at the target dummies, I do 7 damage per second. This means that the repeated act of a bullet firing from my gun happens 7 times over the course of 1 second, so we could say that our bullet wave has a frequency of 7 Hz. Now what you're gonna see is that as I start to move, my DPS is going to change, regardless of the fact that my rate of fire stays the exact same. You can see as I start to move away, my DPS goes down, and when I start moving back towards the dummies, it goes up. This phenomenon is called the Doppler effect. Basically what's happening here is that since my rate of fire and the speed of each bullet remain the same, if I start moving away from where I'm firing, each bullet will start further away from the last one. So even though the frequency of the bullets leaving my gun is still 7, only 5 bullets are hitting the dummies every second. And on the other hand, if I were to move towards the target, my bullets start to clump up. So even though I'm still firing at 7 shots per second, they start to hit the target at 10 shots per second. And if you take anything away from this video, it's that if you want to be good at Terraria, the grand strategy is to move as fast as possible towards your enemy.